Hi, good morning. My name is Ed Tiryakian. I'm a graduate of Project EngAGE, Episode 2, Series 2, one of the best episodes ever. And I have been involved with Project EngAGE ever since. I'm involved in an SRT, the end-of-life SRT, and I want to say that being involved with Project EngAGE and getting involved with this SRT, which really got to parts of my life that I was very interested in, end-of-life issues, has been a life changer, and I've been eternally grateful that I went and joined Project EngAGE so many years ago. It's been something that really has had a tremendous impact in the last 10 years of my life. How did I first get involved in Project EngAGE? It's the same way most of you will get involved in Project EngAGE, word of mouth. Someone will approach you and talk to you about this program. And you may wonder, is it for me? What is it all about? Does it make sense? Those are the questions I had. I wasn't particularly enthusiastic when a graduate of Project EngAGE Series 1 called me up and said, Ed, I think you'd be perfect for this. But I sat down and listened to her, and she told me about the 13 consecutive weeks of lessons teaching you about things that affect the aging community here in Orange County. Things that affect all of us: transportation, nutrition, housing. And I thought, why not? Why not give it a try? I've always been curious about things. I'm curious about my community. We live here in Orange County. I am an aging citizen myself, a senior citizen now. Let me learn what are the problems that affect other senior citizens. I can learn something about this. And I have to tell you that each of the 13 weeks was so well designed, so well prepared. It was like being back in the university class that you loved. Every week I learned something new. We visited residences that went from Carroll Woods, one of the most glorious CCRCs, continuing care retirement centers, to centers for people on Medicaid, which were shamefully below standard. You saw the whole range. We learned about transportation opportunities, public transportation for the elderly. Obviously, some of us can drive, but many of us will lose the ability to drive. How do we get around? All of that was very, very interesting. Each week we learned quite a bit. But something happened more than just learning. The 13 or 14 classmates I had, each was an interesting person in their own right. Each came from a slightly different background than mine. Some were extremely well educated, postdocs. Some were high school graduates that had blue-collar jobs. It didn't matter. We all became friends. We bonded together over 13 weeks. We made great friendships that I've kept up ever since. My SRT, the end-of-life SRT, has been very, very active. We've put on conferences. We've organized book readings. We've reached out to people who are well known in the community on end-of-life issues, whether it's hospice or, in my case, medical aid and dying, to bring speakers in and talk to people here in Orange County about it. And it's been, for me, a life changer. And as a result of my involvement with Project EngAGE, I started a nonprofit called Dying Right North Carolina that is seeking to pass medical aid and dying legislation here in North Carolina. And it's all as a result of my involvement with Project EngAGE. This nonprofit takes up a tremendous amount of my time, but it's a pleasure, it's a delight, it's an honor. I feel I'm contributing to society. I feel I have a raison d'etre, if I could put it that way, to try to change things for the better. And with my fellow board members and volunteers, we go around the state and we explain why we need medical aid and dying. We talk to legislators, both Republicans and Democrats, to explain what this issue is all about. Why is it so important? Why, now that 13 states have passed this law, we need it in North Carolina. And so I think that when I think back to that first time that my friend, the graduate of Project EngAGE Series 1, called me up and said, Ed, I want to talk to you about this program, Project EngAGE. And I remember my hesitation, thinking, do I really want to be involved in something so organized and so time-consuming, 13 weeks, and then perhaps who knows how much time afterwards. Wow, am I glad she called me. What a difference my life has become as a result of that. So let me have a little special word to you that have questions about getting involved. Try it. Try it. It's 13 weeks. You will learn an enormous amount of information that will be useful to you, of information that you will find fascinating because it affects you directly, it affects your neighbors, it affects your peers. And afterwards, you will almost certainly want to remain involved with your peers on these various SRTs, because there are SRTs that cover almost anything. Fall prevention, gay rights for the elderly. There are so many SRTs, and you can come up with your own SRT, your own group that will meet and discuss and pursue an issue that is of great merit to you. You will want to stay involved because you will have found a new passion in your life. You will have found something that means so much to you. You will want to give back to the community what you have gained in those 13 weeks. So I hope you will give Project EngAGE a try. I can almost guarantee you will not regret it. Thank you very much.